Well, earlier this week, we had director Alex Garland on to talk about his new movie, Civil War. In an era of divisive, high-stakes United States politics, this film depicts America at war with itself. And now it's time to find out Rad's review here with his thoughts on Civil War and what else is out this week. It's our film critic, Rad. Great to have you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So this movie, Anne-Marie did the interview with Alex Garland this week. She said she's never received more DMs than she has about a guest than she did with this one. People love him. They love his movies.
Yeah.
Before I get your take, let's take a look at a clip from the trailer.
Every time I survived a war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? Well, you're American, okay?
Okay. What kind of American are you?
Oh, that line gives me chills. Rad, honestly, this movie, the previews of this, it stresses me out because it feels really real.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel so far out of the realm of possibilities of the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think when you watch this movie?
I mean, like you, when I see Jesse Plemons deliver a line like that, I get the chills. And the movie, I think, is worth checking out just for that scene alone.
Okay.
And there's quite a few moments like that scene that really sends a chill down my spine. At the same time, I also felt like this movie was kind of a missed opportunity because, you know, Alex Garland, you know, he's taking this very provocative premise, right? He's taking the divisiveness of today, the divisiveness that led to kind of the insurrection of January 6th, and he's imagining the civil war that comes from that. And the thing is, it's a provocative premise to say what? I don't know that he's saying enough with this provocative premise. Like, I've seen zombie thrillers say more about our today's social dilemmas and politics than this movie. And, you know, like, so despite like Alex Garland being this incredibly talented filmmaker, very skilled filmmaker who can create these really intense sequences, like images that really stick, like, I feel like he guards himself behind the neutrality of his main characters who are journalists, right? So he's making this movie as a tribute to journalists. He's making this movie as a tribute to journalists who put themselves on the front line but don't take sides. And, you know, at a time when journalism is under attack, where everyone's talking about fake news and they don't trust the news media, maybe that's enough, right? But for me, I just feel like you could have said a little more about the moment, and because you don't, you know, a lot of the images that stick kind of melt away after that.
Okay, it's interesting that he takes the point of view of journalists who don't take sides, and maybe he should have taken a side.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, not taking a side today in this moment, even, you know, yeah.
Okay, so who's this one for?
I mean, it's for people who like movies like It Comes at Night and The Road, which are, you know, movies that have their fans, and Alex Garland, of course, has his fans, and I think a lot of people enjoy this. I'm just one of those, you know, haters.
Okay, fair enough. That's your job.
That's my job.
It's okay. Next, an international film that tackles grief, ghosts, and patriarchy in flames. What's this one?
You know, so this is an absolutely incredible Canadian film by Zarar Khan. It's about a woman in Pakistan, a Pakistani girl who's navigating kind of the toxic masculinity that's really just hanging thick in the air. Everywhere she turns, there's some misogynist. There's a creepy guy that's staring at her from a distance. There's people that literally attack her. There's even the guys that come to help who are actually just white knighting with a sense of entitlement. So it is about that kind of misogyny that women face on a day-to-day basis, but it's directed with Zarar Khan just has a stranglehold on our nerves. You know, a lot of this filmmaking reminds me of what Ari Aster does with Hereditary, a horror thriller like that, except that I feel like this has more heart because he's really rooting. Unlike those other kinds of elevated horror thrillers that kind of feel oppressive, this one really roots for its main character who's still fighting for joy despite everything she's facing.
So who's this one for?
This is for people who love movies like His House and Nanny, which are similar, like, kind of elevator horror thrillers that really root for their characters.
Okay, lastly, The Greatest Hits. Is this a romantic comedy?
It is.
What? Teddy will love this one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so tell me about it real quick.
So, okay, you know that sensation you get where you hear a song that's really familiar and it takes you back to a moment in time when you first heard that song. So this movie kind of literalizes that sensation where a girl uses certain songs to take her back in time, literally time travel to the moment that she first heard those songs with her dead boyfriend. And so it's a rom-com about the struggle to move on. That's this movie's like kind of cute way of grappling grief. And it kind of complicates the rom-com trope where, oh, you're still hung up on your ex? Well, it's like, no, you're literally, I could be on a date with you and you hear a song and you're off to see your dead boyfriend. And so, like, really cute, gimmicky premise, but then it leans on a lot of tropes outside of that. So really likable, but expect kind of mid.
Okay, so clearly for me.
Yeah.
But who else is this one for?
I mean, I think if you liked 500 Days of Summer, and if you
it.
love Yesterday, which are, again,
Delightful.
you're gonna love this.
This is a perfect Friday night movie. There you go. Rod, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.